Podcast. I am Ryan, joined as always with Sterling. We're right around the corner. Unfortunately, we've got a big snowstorm coming here this weekend for the Clash, but hopefully we still get some cars on track this weekend.
Yeah, they did scratch the heat races and whatnot, and no modified or sportsman race, so just NASCAR Cup Sunday afternoon into evening.
So did they say I saw that there's no heat races. Did they determine how they're gonna start? Is it like Kyle Larson on the pole and
Now they're gonna do practice and qualifying between 2 and 4,
okay.
and the top 20 in qualifying will lock in to the Clash,
Okay.
and then last chance at 6, 3 from that, or maybe 2 in a provisional. I don't know. I'd have to double check that.
Okay, I
But
did. Like I said, I just saw the tweet that said no heat racing, so I was like, I wasn't sure how they were doing that, but no, that's cool. Like I said, I'm excited. I mean, it is an expedition race at the Bowman Gray, but it's cars on the track, and that's always exciting. And unfortunately for NASCAR, I hate the start of the season for us. Like it's like the Clash it's okay, and then Daytona, and then it's Atlanta, and then it's a road course. What is it, Coda?
yeah.
And then I believe Phoenix.
I was gonna say I think Phoenix and then
then
Vegas.
it gets into the good part. I was looking at this the other day, and then it's like Darlington, Homestead. I mean, we
No,
get
we
a
don't
good.
get Homestead.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's Vegas, Darlington, Martinsville, Bristol, Kansas. That's a pretty good
Yeah,
stretch.
it's gonna take a little bit to get to that, but
Yeah, that's the stretch of NASCAR that like I am looking forward to right there.
that's what we like to call money making season.
Yeah, yeah. Even though we do pretty good at the you do pretty good at the Talladega and or not Talladega Daytona super speedways and then the hybrid of Atlanta, but and then like Astuka says you can't win money on road course. I just hate them. I just
Yeah,
hate
that's I've never been a fan of road courses really. Like I always liked Sonoma, I always liked Watkins Glen, but when we started adding 6, 7, 8, I think we're at
them.
5 now.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
yeah.
I think you do need them, but I don't want to say a whole lot.
So I was thinking about this, not to like jump too far ahead, but like I was kind of thinking about this. Do you think they scrapped the Roval because of SVG and now we don't have that round of playoffs? Like that was the big storyline last year. Like I kind of feel like that went hand in hand. Like they were like, "Oh, if SVG can just last through that one, that first
Yeah.
round, he can get to that Roval and he can win, and then he can get to the round of 8, you know." And like I feel like that was that big storyline. Everybody was watching SVG them first 3 races, and now that it's not the playoffs, so to speak. Um, the win and you're into the next round. I feel like they just were like, I feel like that went into it. I could just be, tinfoil hat.
It's I'd like to think it's them actually listening to the fans, but I feel like that's just wishful thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
sure there's some hidden agenda behind it.
I'm sure there is. Speaking of, trying to win over the fans, we got to talk about the big, storyline in the offseason was the trial. And, we don't have to go into the nuts and bolts of it. Obviously, we know if you're watching this, you know about the trial, you know about the outcome and everything like that. And like Sterling said, they're going to have to start listening to the fans because they are going to have to do a PR cleanup big time. Like, I don't even know if there is a comeback other than like, I they're going to have to, like, Mark Martin's going to have to be the new commissioner. I'm surprised they haven't announced
Yeah.
that yet. Or Dale Jr. is the new commissioner, but
How
like they're
about
gonna.
him missing his Hall of Fame induction for his father daughter dance? You see that?
No, who did that? Mark
Uh,
Martin.
no, Junior.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
I
What
was like,
what
what
was
the
the
hell?
Hall of? Was that last
I'd
year?
have to look it up and see what the hell it actually was, but I thought it was fake at first.
Okay, All right, but yeah, they're gonna have to go into the big cleanup. Saying that basically like Steve Phelps peeing on the fans, basically. And then the whole thing with Richard Childress, obviously. Me as a Childress fan, I took that personally. But yeah, the trial obviously now the charters are permanent, so that's I think a good thing. Obviously that's what all the charter owners wanted. It is kind of bad for owners like trying to get into the sport because now the charters are upwards of $100 million. So no Joe Schmo from Pennsylvania is probably going to buy a charter. That's the only bad thing about that. But I mean, if you're a charter owner, you're definitely happy. So
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of feel like they sold themselves short there. Like I haven't seen any like other details besides that really.
I haven't either. Although they did say that the other day, I saw that they emailed a new charter agreement and all the teams
Yeah.
signed it. But no details that I saw were spilled onto that. So yeah, like you said, I don't know. Obviously, they're probably going to get a percentage. I knew Denny Hamlin was fighting for that. So I'm sure that was in there. Because, like Denny said, I mean, if NASCAR does good, we want to do good. If NASCAR does bad, we want to try harder to do good. Like that gives us an incentive. It's not, just a flat rate. Like we want almost like a commission. So yeah, that like I said, that was the trial. NASCAR is gonna have to go into BR cleanup mode, hardcore. They already kind of fired slash Phelps quit. Um, I'm surprised more hasn't happened, but
I was waiting for Steve
O'Dawn,
O'Donnell
I
to be
know.
going too.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the France family. I don't think they'll ever sell. I know like Kenny Wallace was big on that. I watched Kenny Wallace about every day. I know he thought that they were going to sell for a while. I don't see the France family selling. I think they're too egotistical.
Yeah, and I feel like if they would sell NASCAR, they wouldn't let go of the tracks. So
Yeah, which I won't lie. I was a big Dale Jr. podcast listener, and I've kind of been turned off by it lately because like it seems like he completely like did a 180 and is on the NASCAR side about everything. Like he used to bash these cars hardcore, but now he loves the cars and he thinks it's the tires and but that's a discussion for another time. But anyway, when the trial was going on, he put out a podcast episode basically like NASCAR, like he like stated a few things about like NASCAR's point of view. And the one thing he did say I do agree with is like NASCAR's got to own the tracks. Because like he said, owning a track isn't a profitable profitable business. I mean,
no,
we know this with Knox. With Knox, think about
yeah,
Knox. Like
that's
how many
exactly
times
what I was thinking.
that's what I thought about when I was listening to him. I mean, think about it. Like if they sold them to a private equity, that private equity would turn around and build apartment buildings or whatever
Yeah,
because
what
so
are they
like
doing at Auto Club? What just happened to East Bay?
exactly. So like he said, NASCAR. If you want NASCAR to survive, NASCAR's got to own the tracks because they're the only ones that really care enough to take a loss. Almost not care enough, but like they could take a loss and still make a gain because they're obviously got the TV deals and all that shit. Where like if me and you were multi-millionaires and we're like, fuck it, let's go buy Kansas. We love Kansas, let's go buy Kansas. We're gonna take a loss on it every year. Like,
Yeah, that's always a joke when their Mega Millions or Powerball gets up over $1 billion. That if I ever won that, I'd go broke trying to fix racing.
yeah, yeah. We'd probably. I always said I'd buy the Strattville truck stop up here, although they redid it. But I'd buy the truck stop. This was before they redid it, and I was like, that would be my truck series team. Like, I'd build a big truck series shop, and you know, we'd be based out of Strattville, Pennsylvania, and
Perfect location. Can't be any closer to 80.
Yeah, we'd start truck series racing and then see how that went and just worked our way up. Maybe eventually it was cup. Maybe we just stay truck racing forever. I mean, we're billionaires. We could take a loss. I don't give a fuck, you
Yeah.
know. So, but yeah, trial was the big news. We got the chase back. Sterling, what do you think about the chase?
I I definitely like that it's not win and end, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Obviously, been around racing forever, and to be the champion, you're the best the entire season. Like you still we're closer to that now. So
yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah,
Mark Martin said it best. Really, it's about the perfect middle ground.
yeah. And honestly, I was when that whole set. I watched that press conference, and when the intro hit and it showed all the chase highlights, I knew it was coming. I was like, "Yep, okay, the chase is coming back." And I was kind of bummed, but then like once they started explaining it, I was like, "Okay, like I can." I obviously liked it a lot more than the one race and that's it because I hated that. I feel like that was the most illegitimate champion. Like,
Yeah, like we've had guys like Harrison Burton, Ricky Stenhouse,
yeah,
Austin
yeah,
Dillon. Like these
yeah,
guys are not playoff drivers, if there is
right.
such a thing as a playoff driver.
Right. And so like Denny Hamlin. Obviously Denny Hamlin dominated Phoenix. He probably should have won. I was excited for Kyle Larson, obviously being a Larson fan.
Yeah.
I was excited for Larson, but at the end of the day, like I felt like Hamlin did deserve it. But like at the end of the day, I just hated that one race and you're the champion. Like anything can go wrong. Like
Yeah.
obviously, and it did. Like I like how it adds a little bit of legitimate. I can't say that word, but more legitimate,
Yeah.
basically. And another thing is everybody's not reset either. It's a 25-point drop off, I believe, per position,
Yeah.
if
Something
not
like definitely
something like
between
that.
first and second. I'm not sure
So
down
like
through.
like they said, you're probably never going to see a Joey Logano win a championship again. Like to to
I
win
don't
a
know. This
champ.
is an even year.
Yeah, it's definitely though like you're definitely going to have a more legitimate champion. Like I think we can agree on that. Um, obviously you do have a big advantage if you win the regular season with the 25 point, and if a guy sneaks in the 14th, 15th, 16th seed, you want to say, or position, they're going to have to work their ass off to get a champion. Like,
Yeah, and I think it kind of, how do I want to say this, makes teams want to show up more consistent every week rather
yeah,
than being more willing to test things and possibly suck that
yep,
week.
yep, yep. So I mean, like I said, I was all against it when they first showed it, and then as they got talking, I was like, okay, I like how it's not a complete reset. You still reward the first place guy, you still reward the second place guy, third place, so on and so forth. Like I said, if and like you said, if Austin Dillon gets into the 14th place spot, is he ever going to be a champion? I doubt it. But like where in the old system, yeah, he could like luck into a win here, luck into a win there, and then pull a Joey Logano where he's a champion. Like I don't see. Which if you're, I'm not a fan of future bets because I hate having my money on DraftKings for that long. Like
Mm,
I like a quick turnaround. But boy are these championship odds really nice on DraftKings right now. Like I did put some money down on like a Larson championship. Like that's plus 500. Like I just feel like you're never gonna get those odds once the season starts. Um, I sprinkled a little bit on Denny Hamlin at plus 500. Also, I feel like maybe he's got an axe to grind.
and they're, I hate to say it, but they're dead dad juju. Like, it seems
Hmm.
like that is a thing. Like, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
shitty thing to say, but
yeah. It is, but it is the truth. It is the truth, and I agree with you. Another one, I had a profit boost that I could use on anything yesterday, so I did it on Christopher Bell. I feel like that's a nice one for plus 850. Um,
Yeah.
and then another one I wanted to throw, I haven't done it yet, is Chase Briscoe. I feel like that's a nice one. I think he was plus 1,000. But boy, did he have a nice end of the year last year that I was like, okay, like he could probably at least get to the final race and make it interesting. Like, maybe DraftKings offers you a decent cash out. So I just feel like if you are a futures bet person, this is the time to, throw some money down because, I mean, these odds are just crazy, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's I honestly haven't even looked at them because I just like you said, I don't really like having money tied up that
I
long. I
don't
like the
either.
quick turnaround.
Yeah, I do
But
too.
I was just hopping over to look now, and it made my eyes get big that DraftKings now offers Supercross odds.
Yeah, they did last year too. When I went to the one in Pittsburgh and I sat in the seat and betted. So they did last year too. Um, but another thing, Caesars, which I'm not, I don't have a Caesars account. I need to make a Caesars account. But I was listening to, oh shoot, I can't even think of what they were called, the NASCAR gambling podcast or racing
I've
gambling
seen it,
podcast.
listened a couple times.
Yeah, it's on Apple Pod. I listened to them. They seem like great guys, but they were talking about Caesars, and they actually have top three and top five odds of the chase. Like so and so will finish top three, so and so will finish
They
top five.
always like with everything. They always have more options and usually better odds too.
Yeah, and that to me was like I said, I don't want to have a bunch of money tied up in the future bets, but like that to me is just they were saying some of the odds, and like I know Kyle Larson was like plus 135, I think, for top five, and I'm like, my God, like
If he doesn't top five, he like broke a leg or
yeah,
something. They didn't give him a
exactly.
waiver.
Yeah, I'd remortgage the house and put the house up for a top five for plus money. Like I don't know, I could be wrong on that, but like they were saying some of the odds, and I'm just like, man, I'd get on that. Like I just think this is a Kyle Larson type of thing. I think this is a Denny Hamlin type of format. I think Christopher Bell can make things interesting because I think he kind of runs consistent enough. Chase Briscoe, like I said last year in the playoffs, he did come alive.
Even
Obviously,
Blaney,
Blaney. I was gonna say that. I think Blaney would be a decent one.
they did have that really bad stretch last year, but
They did. They did. I think if they can clean that up and be more consistent, and I think William Byron.
I can't believe I completely forgot about him. Really,
I was just sitting there like trying to name people because like that's what I like about this format is like I feel like there's like six possible people that can win a championship. There's not 10, 12. Like I don't think you're gonna see a Joey Logano win. I really don't.
no, that's
You're not gonna see a
I'd
Ross
say
Chastain. I'm sorry to share. You're not gonna see Ross Chastain win a championship. Like
no, that team struggled last year compared
yeah.
to where they were.
Yeah, so that is what I like about this format. I think you can make some money if you're a future better and you want to throw some money on there. I just feel like there's like six people that could possibly win a championship, and whoever does out of the six, it's going to be well deserved. Like I think it is a Larson or Byron out of Hendricks. You could possibly, if Chase Elliott could get a couple wins, you could possibly throw Chase into there, but I think Chase is a complete long shot. I just think he runs consistent. I think that's going to help him, but I don't think he's going to get enough wins because you do get that
No,
25. What was it, 25-point bonus for winning or 20-point bonus?
I can't remember it. I want to say it's 55 points for a win, but I
Yeah,
can't remember what it is for a second.
yeah.
I want to say
So
40, so maybe 15 point. That
and
doesn't sound right. Who knows?
yeah, so I know you get a big boost, like you said. It's 55 points now for first, so you get that big boost. I feel like it's going to be, like I said, Byron, Larson, Chase Elliott. I just don't feel it, and then in Penske, I feel like it's just Blaney. Um, and then Gibbs, I feel like it could be Briscoe or Bell or Hamlin, I guess. Ty Gibbs, sorry. You're in Alex Bowman territory. I just don't see it.
Do we think Ty Gibbs finally gets a win this year?
I don't know. I don't think.
I don't either. I don't think he's there yet. I don't think he's gonna get there yet.
So speaking of Ty Gibbs, this does bring up a good another segment I wanted to talk about. Chris Gabehart.
Yeah,
Is he officially at Spire now?
I tried to find
I
anything
did.
on him, and that's kind of what everything leads to, but I
Yeah.
never found anything like official.
So I do remember like when he got fired, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, he's going to Spire. He's going to Spire." Like everybody said that, but I didn't see anything that was like actual official. But I did see where like Gabe Hart said like basically like he left because of Ty Gibbs.
Yeah,
Something about he said something about family
I was gonna say
and
it was something along the lines of like Gibbs said family mattered more than anything, or something like.
yeah, he basically pulled a Vin Diesel on the Fast and Furious, and nah,
Yeah,
I was just kidding, but yeah, I mean that's basically what it was. So Chris Gabehart leaves JGR. I think that's a huge hit. I don't know if
I
he
think
can.
that hits Denny Hamlin more than anybody, really. Like they've
Yeah,
been together for a while. They had, I want to say, like 22 wins together. Obviously, he wasn't just his crew chief anymore, but
yeah. I remember what race was that Watkins Glen where Ty Gibbs just absolutely like threw a fit on the radio to Chris Gabehart. Like them two were just fighting
I
because
feel like
he.
that was a couple different times.
Yeah, I just remember that. I think it was Watkins Glen where like he had him run long, and Ty Gibbs on the radio was just like absolutely just throwing a fit.
I think it was the Glen. I'm pretty sure, definitely a road course.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean like I said, that's a huge hit for JGR. I don't. I still wouldn't be afraid to throw money on like a Denny Hamlin championship. I feel like Denny Hamlin could overcome it, but because he overcame, I thought he would take a hit last year. Honestly, I took the under on his 3.5 wins just because I thought Gabe Art was gonna like really take a hit when he wasn't just his crew chief, but he still pulled through. And when Chris Gabehart was just Ty Gibbs's helper or whatever, Hamlin still seemed to do all right. So, uh, next up we got the driver moves. We got obviously Zilich driving the what is it 87 I think for Trackhouse, um, taking over Suarez's old ride kind of, and then Suarez moves to Justin Haley's old ride, number 7 car.
Yeah, we get to see Justin Haley back in a truck.
Yeah, he's one of the Dodge drivers, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's kind of a cool program there. Not to take away from the Zilich, that'll be cool to see him versus SVG on the road courses. He really dominated Xfinity last year. I'm really excited to see
yeah,
what he does in Cup. I definitely don't feel like he's going to be a back marker at all. Like I feel like he will make things interesting.
yeah. I think he will develop quicker than what SVG
Yeah,
has on the actual ovals.
and I did see where he said at the 24 Hours of Daytona that he wants to run a couple good years of Cup and probably try to get to F1. So I don't know if this is a long.
Which that'd be cool to
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
But
So I don't know as far as Cup wise if he's gonna stay around for a long time, but yeah, good for him. He definitely is a young kid and definitely has a ton of talent. I mean, this is
Just watch out for those window nets.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember, my I don't know, 20 some years of watching NASCAR. I don't remember a prospect being like this hot. Probably since Jeff Gordon. I do remember, hearing about Jeff Gordon coming in, but I don't remember a prospect being this hot, Sterling.
I can't think of one.
No,
I would like to say Larson, but you can't.
no. I don't think Larson had this much steam, but yeah, and then,
He struggled.
yeah. And then Suarez going to Spire. I mean, is that exciting at all? To me, not really. I feel like
No,
it's
I
kind
mean
of,
Suarez is Suarez. He'll be there on the plate tracks or super speedways, whatever you want to call them. But that'll be about it.
yeah. And it still matters a little bit, but Homestead as the finale. So obviously in the old system, this was really hyped up because this was the final race and everything like that. But now that it's not the old playoff system, now it's the chase. It doesn't matter as much, but it's still kind of cool. Obviously this gives a huge advantage to Larson still, because if Larson comes in, let's say 10 points behind a guy, Larson can win. And
Yeah, or a guy like Reddick,
yep,
but I don't see him being in contention at that point.
yeah. So it definitely gives them guys an advantage because I can't remember what the point differential between first and second was. Like I said, I feel like it was like 25 or something, but I could be wrong on that. But I mean, because he could come in 20 points down and still pull out a win. So that's why my first bet was on Larson to win a championship, so he can go back to back. But more horsepower, Sterling. We got more horsepower, I believe, at short tracks and is it road courses?
I think so. I'd have to double check that, but typically short tracks and road course are the same package.
Yeah, that's what I thought I read. So, do you remember how much they're going to? I don't offhand.
I wanna say 750,
That's what I
but
thought. Yeah. So good. They're going in the right direction. I definitely want to. I want to see them have as much horsepower as possible. So this is in the right direction. This is kind of like
yeah,
what Mark Martin was saying with the chase. Like we're getting there. I don't know if this is perfect yet, but hopefully, if we see some better racing, maybe they'll go to our dream and they'll be 900 to 1,000 horsepower eventually.
yeah,
And
you know I'm always gonna die on this hill. I want to
yeah,
see it structured like sprint cars. You got the
yep.
305s, 500 ish horsepower, 360s, about 700. Then you got the 410s that are now like 950, almost 1,000. There's probably some that are 1,000.
Oh
And
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's how it should be.
yeah. I do too. So yeah, give them 1,000 horsepower. Like let them burn the tires off on every corner. Like let them actually drive a car. Like I'm tired of guys getting out of the car and like not even breaking a sweat. Looks like they just sat on a couch for 4 hours and
Yeah.
like I miss the old days where like people got out of the cars and it looked like they've been beat up. They went like 10 rounds of Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I want to
Like,
see it where that right foot has to act like it's rolling on an egg.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. We got a points race this year at North Wilkesboro. We'll see.
I
We'll
think
see
that's
what
going
the
to be a
horsepower
dud.
does. Yeah, we'll see what the horsepower does. That's exactly what I was gonna say. We got to see what this horsepower does. Hopefully, it does something. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be the short track package.
I was just going to say it'll be interesting to see which package that is because it's like
Yeah,
right there where sometimes you see the short track, sometimes you see the
yeah.
intermediate. Like,
Whatever package they ran last year at it, let's do the opposite. Or if it is a short track package they ran last year, maybe the horsepower will add to it and make it a little bit of a better show. So, but
I think they should just run the intermediate package overall.
yeah,
Fun.
yeah, because that package kicks ass. I mean, that's the only thing this car is good for. like Kansas and Homestead and all those
Well,
tracks.
that makes me think we get Chicagoland back.
Is that for sure? Is that official? I didn't even look
Yeah,
at this yet. Okay, okay.
it's July 4th weekend, I want to say.
I completely missed that, Sterling. I don't know how I missed that. I thought that was a rumor that it could come back next year. I didn't know that it was completely back this year, which is good. Which is good.
Yeah, July 5th. It'll be a 267 lap race, 400 miles.
That is good. So yeah, Chicagoland, that's good. At least it's not the street course. We do have the street course in San Diego.
Which I think will be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. I'm kind of like I'm glad it's not in Chicago again. I was kind of over Chicago. Um,
I like the
I
idea
do
of
too.
a street race, and I think it needs to be moved around.
Hmm.
Like, it doesn't need to be same place. And you get the trucks at St. Pete this year, which I think that's going to be kind of cool and not really going to be much of a race, but
Yeah.
be something fun to watch. Old Deebles is going to be there
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
rolling over Tori Bryant or whatever.
Oh, Deebles. Speaking of the truck series, we have no Corey Heim full time anywhere. He's pulling the Ryan Blaney.
Yeah,
How sad is that?
it, I'm kind of excited actually because I've always been a pretty big Caden Honeycutt fan, and he's taken over that
Yeah.
11 truck.
I'm excited about that point. I'll agree with you. I'm just bummed for the Corey Heim part of it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though to see was that team that dominant or is Corey Heim just that fucking good?
Yeah, and we're about ready to see.
It's too bad him and old Ty Gibbs can't.
Yeah, yeah. That just I don't know. I'm gonna die on the hill that I don't know why he just doesn't tell Toyota to go pound salt and sign with Chevy or somebody. Like it's pitiful that Raja Caruth. Nothing against Raja Caruth, but Raja Caruth gets what 20 some races in a JGR car, or not JGR, Junior Motorsports car.
Yeah, and
And
I I'm I don't know. I'm kind of a Roger fan, but at the same time, like he doesn't have a whole lot of talent. Like I have
mm.
beat Raja on iRacing, and I fucking suck. Like
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. I couldn't agree. I just don't see anything special in Raja. I could be wrong.
no, I agree 100%.
I feel like that's what Teixeira. He did message me when Raja got that, and he was like, "Oh man, like what do you think? Like I think this is huge for Raja." And I was like, I just think it's a kick in the balls for Corey Heim. Like I get the
Yeah,
whole like he can't jump to Chevy because he's with Toyota, but like come on, like Corey Heim dominated everything there was to dominate. And like you said, I mean maybe K Honeycutt jumps in that 11 and he does the same thing, and maybe it's not Corey Heim, but at the same time, I Corey Corey Heim's got to go somewhere.
yeah. I mean, Heim won like 45% of the races or something. Like I don't
Yeah,
think we ever see that again. But
no,
I think
no.
Honeycutt can get kind of close. Like I think he could get 6, 7, maybe 8 wins. Got to watch out. I almost threw out a 6-7. I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh Speaking of the truck series, we got Dodge coming back. Like we were talking about the Dodge show, what Race for the Seat or something. I think it's called.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah, it's more of a reality show than it is about racing. I feel like.
And each
Um,
so far each episode has basically been the same.
yeah, yeah. I was I won't lie. I was semi excited for it. I was like, oh, this could be cool. Like I didn't really watch the old Gong show, that they had for Roush. I For some reason I don't know why I didn't watch it, but I never watched it. So I was kind of like excited for this, and yeah, it's kind of
I still kind of hope that something they do like every year, at least for a little bit. But I'm scared that if that is the case, it's going to turn into like a Jersey Shore, and that's just going to be a joke. It's going to be like Talladega Nights.
Yeah, and that's not what NASCAR needs. But it
No.
is cool. Like we're getting. I know. Like Ben said, they've only got a short pool of drivers they could probably pull from. But I do like the All Star truck. I like the idea of that. Like, Tony Stewart's going to be racing Daytona,
Yeah, I actually forgot about that.
and they're going to, like, basically announce the week of who's racing it. And apparently they got some big names, but I mean, I get it. I don't think there's going to be a lot that's like the shock factor, but it kind of cool. Keeps us on the edge of our seats a little bit.
It's kind of makes me think of Trackhouse's Project 91, which I would
Yeah,
like to see them be able to do more with, but I don't know if we've seen that car any last year except for once.
yeah, yeah. So like I said, I kind of like it. I know I definitely get Ben's side where it's like, who else are they going to really like? They can't bring up Bill Elliott, and maybe we see Jeremy Mayfield. I don't know. He's probably
Would
washed up.
NASCAR allow that?
I don't know. Maybe now because of the whole like trying to PR clean up.
Yeah,
I maybe they're like, look, we're burying the hatchet with Jeremy Mayfield. You guys should bury the hatchet too. Like maybe we see Casey Kane. Like,
I bet you we see Cletus McFarlane.
oh, guaranteed, guaranteed. I'd put money on that. Like, I wish there was a site that was like, do you think Cletus will run a Dodge truck? Yeah, yeah. I'd put a future bet on that. Um, Trying to think of like who else they could really get. Obviously, I bet Casey Kane races one of them.
Yeah, I forgot he actually mentioned that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see Jonathan Davenport, which is probably a name you don't even know.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Sterling.
I didn't know if you watched late models at all or not.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. Ricky. Oh fuck. Ricky Thornton. Yeah, him and Ricky Thornton. I
I
drew a blank.
didn't even give Ricky Thornton a thought. That would be cool. Cody
Yeah. What?
Swanson.
Yeah. There. Yeah. I know late model guys. Sterling. You gotta give me a little bit more credit than that. I don't watch late model a whole. I like sprints a lot better, but I do dabble every once in a while.
Yeah, that's if I didn't work with some guys that were late model fans, I would not know many names.
Yeah. Yeah. I always hear Ricky Thornton and Jonathan Davenport, and oh yeah. So, but other than that, Sterling, I think we got the Clash on Sunday. No heat races, like you said, everything's going to be Sunday. So I don't think we can have a preview show, unfortunately.
No, it's definitely not a preview. Maybe be able to hop on live like an
Yeah,
hour before, but it's going to be real tight and not really going to have a whole much to talk about.
no. So I don't really think we're gonna have a pre. We were planning on it, having a preview show there Saturday night, probably after the heat races, but obviously with that, we can't really do that. So I don't know. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to be scrambling with our DraftKings lineups after qualifying, and that doesn't give us a lot of time to
Yeah,
set our
and
lineups.
I get to fucking leave at midnight Sunday night for Minneapolis. That'll be
Nice.
fun. Go out there and probably get shot by a protester.
Oh man, poor Sterling.
It's a good thing I'm a pale white boy. I might get deported,
Oh boy.
canceled.
Yeah, we're canceled. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. We can say whatever we want. It's our show. Um, Boy. Yeah, what else we got to talk about, Sterling? We got the new Chevy body.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I wanted to bring that up actually. Did
Yeah,
you look at Did you
what did
look at
you
any
find out?
pictures of it or anything?
The only thing I saw was a couple pictures of it at North Wilkesboro. I didn't really. It doesn't really show much.
No, there's not really that much of a difference, but like Eric Estepper I think that's his last name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know if
But
that's how you say it, but
yeah, it's he did a little talking about it and pointed out a couple things that, and then he put pictures of the 2025 car and the new car side by side and kind of pointed a couple things out that made me think about it a little bit. But like basically, it's just the hood scoop, little different louvers, which I thought was a really big no-no area, and then I didn't really see the rocker panels, but they call them more pronounced.
hmm.
So I don't know if they're like more puffed out or what, but the hood scoop, basically the hood in general, is what I think is gonna be the big difference maker. Like the hood scoop kind of comes out to where it like wings up there, pretty much kind of dead center, looked almost directly above the axle.
Yeah, okay.
So I feel like their goal of that is to try and improve handling, just because you're gonna have a little more downforce right there in the center of the hood, and then the louvers they look like deeper and wider or something. So maybe better cooling, but I feel like that's gonna create more drag because they look deeper and bigger and just more of a pocket.
Yeah, which is kind
So I think
it's kind of interesting, and I'm curious to see like how much of an advantage this is going to give Chevy because obviously they don't have the Camaro anymore. So like basically, I know they had to keep it within a certain parameter. Obviously, you can't just go out making a Formula One car or something like that. But like they don't have to start or make it look like a Camaro. They don't have to make it look like a Mustang. They don't have to make it look like the Camry. They basically had, like I said, I don't want to say free roam, but they kind of could make stuff within their parameters. So I'm sure everything you're saying, I'm sure they did it for a reason.
yeah, that's I don't think we're going to see anything at the Clash. I
No,
mean, it's a quarter-mile track.
yeah,
I think we could see them not be as quick in the draft
okay,
at Daytona and road courses. I don't see it making a
no, I
difference.
don't
I
either.
think really the biggest thing is the mile and a halfs.
Yeah, yeah, or like a Michigan or Pocono. We'll
Yeah.
see what how they do there. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be interesting. What is it called? Is it even gonna be called like
Now it's the ZL1. So
ZL?
like
Okay.
basically still the Camaro, yeah, but
Okay, okay. Um, which is gonna bring me to my next point, colleague. When with them switching over the Ram, which we already kind of touched on, um, I we're gonna be really. I know I am gonna be really skeptical. I know we were big Ty Dillon fans last year as far as DFS wise, but they are no longer with RCR, and they're gonna get no Chevy help at all because they have Dodge in that same building. So we're gonna have to really see how Colleague does, basically with no help, and it's gonna really like at least at the beginning of the year, I'm gonna be probably off a Colleague.
yeah, like super speedways is probably the only time I'll play them. I
Yeah,
just I don't know. I think we might see Cody Ware do better than the colleague
yeah,
cars.
it wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
There was a
I,
couple times last year that I was like, how the fuck is Cody Ware where he is right now? Like
yeah,
he actually had some good races that were not at super speedways.
yeah, he did, he did. I know a couple times. I mean, it was like he wasn't optimal, but he was damn near close to being optimal.
Yeah, and it's not like he's gonna go out there and compete for top tens or anything, but like
No, no. So we, yeah, I mean Cody Ware. I know I do listen to DBC a lot, and Tommy Baldwin's big into brickware racing. I think that's huge for them. I like Tommy Baldwin. I think
I do
he is a,
too.
I think he's a great racing mind. And he says like Cody Ware is like young and needs formed. I don't know if all that's true, but yeah, I think if you maybe get, I definitely wouldn't be surprised if Cody Ware don't outrun Ty Dillon this year.
Yeah, like that would probably be a pretty likely head to head to actually have available, and that would be one I'd be willing to bet.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Or even AJ Allmendinger. I mean, AJ Allmendinger even on road courses wasn't. I mean, he wasn't.
No, like
He wasn't anywhere last year.
speaking of road courses, kind of random thought here, but do you think anyone that isn't named SVG or Zillage wins a road course race this year?
Um, I want to say yes, but reality probably no.
That's yeah. I feel like the only guys that would maybe stand a chance would be like Larson or Reddick or maybe even Busher.
I was gonna say Busher. I mean, we did see Busher beat out SVG at Watkins Glen, but I don't know if he can do it again. Um, yeah. What do you think of Corey LaJoy in the Roush car at Daytona?
That motherfucker annoys me.
I
Like
know, I know.
I used to like be a pretty big LaJoy fan because I always like, oh, if he gets a real shot, I think he'd be good. Boy,
Yeah,
was I fucking wrong.
Sterling, I was wrong too. I thought the same. Like I thought he was cool because like he worked on his own cars and like it seemed like he like kind of knew what he was doing a little bit. He wasn't just one of these kids that dad had a lot of money, which ironically I guess he did, but you know what I mean. Like a lot of these
Yeah,
kids don't even know what a damn drive shaft is, or you know what I mean, like
yeah,
anything like that. And like Corey LaJoy seemed like he knew like how to work on a car. He obviously has the racing seat business and everything like that, where he makes racing seats. And I was like, oh yeah, like he seems like he kind of knows what he's doing. And I was wrong too, Sterling. So don't feel bad.
yeah. Turns out he's just a fucking diva.
Yeah, yeah. Not that we're either one of us are like the pinnacle of opinions, but like we were both wrong on that one. So you were stumped, I was stumped. Yeah, he fooled us both. So yeah, he's just a diva. He bitches that he doesn't want to race in front of 12 people on a Friday night and then turn around and realizes that's his only shot. So, and we both said it.
Yeah,
I think that it wasn't that he didn't want to go race in front of 12 people. I think it was he didn't want to go and get his ass kicked on Friday nights and realize that it looks bad.
yeah. Like I mean, look at him now. So far, the only races that he's announced are super
Super
speedways, which
speedways. Yep.
I'm fine with that. Like if you have a niche, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was the Brendan Gaughan's back in the day, and all them guys. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I completely agree. There's guys that just basically tried to make the show at Daytona and Talladega, and that was their chance. They didn't race the other 30 some races, so whatever. But yeah, I'm just tired of honestly hearing about them. I
Yep.
can't really root for him anymore. I'm sorry, Corey LaJoy, if you're listening to this. I'm sorry, but I can't.
Yeah, I probably will still play him at Daytona though.
Yeah, me too. He's racing the truck there too, isn't he?
Yeah, that Henderson 75 though, which get a
Is
little shout
bad.
out to Dustin. He kind of pointed out that they've been pretty inconsistent as far as being reliable. So,
Okay.
which
All
they
right.
used to be like a good team. You could count on that truck to finish, but recently it's been like 50-50. So, something to keep in mind for a couple Fridays from now.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got the weekend of the Clash. Like I said, hopefully it doesn't get snowed out. I do want to see some racing. So when's the high limits start?
I don't think they start until Vegas.
Okay. Yeah. I think you're right now that you say that. So I'm excited for that. Obviously they're going to have some FS1 races
Yeah,
What,
six of them.
Six of them. I'm excited about that. I'll be tuning in. I do have Flow, but I'll still be probably tuning in to FS1. I'll try to boost their viewership.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get, boy, if they could get like a full season, that'd be huge for the high limit.
Well, I think we're eventually going to see high limit kind of be similar to how NASCAR is because they do have some races on Prime too. They just had the
Yeah,
Gateway Nationals, which is late models, but I think we're slowly seeing dirt racing finally take a next step.
yeah, which is great. I know we are a NASCAR podcast, but we both enjoy watching the high limit guys. Obviously we'll probably both be at Lernerville this year. I see Lernerville only has one date this year.
Yeah, which not to get too far off topic, but that Commonwealth Clash is now going to be USAC, which that's going to be fucking wild to see. But being from this area, it's kind of disappointing to see the Commonwealth Clash not be a winged national series.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be the Outlaws. I remember that, and then it was the high limit, and now it's the USAC. So kind of disappointing to see only one high limit race there this year, but yeah, we'll still show up and
We do
maybe
get
that.
high limit at State Line. That's not too far.
Okay, okay. Where's that out east?
It's literally on the state line of New York. Like half the track's in PA and half the track is in
Oh,
New
no
York.
way. I didn't know that. That's a track I never heard of. I saw it on the schedule, but I didn't know where it was.
It's only
But
like an hour and a half.
okay, well maybe we'll have to make our way up there. I know Andy was talking about possibly going to Eldora. That'd be cool. I don't know if we will. I know Andy. We also have, I think, Sharon off when the Outlaws come to Sharon.
I want
So
to say that's May 2nd or somewhere around that time. Then they come
somewhere
back
around there.
October 10th.
Yep. So I think we were planning on doing that. I know my neighbor. He's now driving for. I think he's doing the 2311 merchandise hauler.
Yeah, I think
So
it's 2311 and JGR combined.
JGR. Yep, it
Which we're
is.
gonna have to talk to him, get him to fucking come on here halfway through the season or something, kind of give us a little behind the scenes life
Yeah,
look of a merchandise hauler driver, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. He sends me pictures every day. It seems cool. I wish I had my CDL. I
Fuck
definitely
that. I'd
seems.
run people off the road. Get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah, yeah. It seems cool until you have to go out to, like, I don't know, fucking Sonoma. I don't want to drive for 30 some fucking hours. I don't
Oh,
know.
I know. I get to do that Sunday night.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. What I mean, you're not a CD, like you're not a semi though, are you? You're a.
No, I'll just be in a fucking minivan, but
Yeah. Still, it still sucks. Don't get me wrong, but I just wouldn't want. I wouldn't want to do it in a semi. Fuck that. But I mean,
nope.
it seems cool. He's got a place down in North Carolina now that they basically gave him. So like, I kind of want to go down for the World Nationals now. I know
Yeah.
we were kind of talking about that. I mean, he did say he's like, hey, if you want to come down, for the 600 or whatever. And I'm like, all right, well, we'll definitely have to plan some dirt races, Sterling. Definitely get out a little bit now that Lernerville only has one date. I'll have to, get out a little bit. Is Knox doing anything?
I don't think. Every now and then I'll tell Brian we need to, and he gets fucking mad.
Hmm.
He's not a big fan of the idea of owning a racetrack anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, it probably is good that NASCAR owns the racetracks. This is what Junior did make a good point. That was the only point that I did agree with. I was like, yeah, he kind of is right because we see it like Thunder Mountain
Yeah.
empty right now. Knox semi empty right now. Like it just yeah. I mean, you see tracks closing all the time. We know Nazareth. Nazareth is a
Yeah.
closed racetrack. So yeah, I mean, we don't want private equities to own the tracks. So that is a good point. But other than that, Sterling, I don't know. We just wanted to get on here and bullshit about racing, give a little season preview.
There is
Um,
one more thing I want to hit on.
all right, floor is yours.
Haas Factory back to Chevy with the Hendrick Alliance.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Is it still um,
Custer.
Custer? Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
wanted to say Creed, but I knew that wasn't right. Yeah,
Well, it
Custer.
is Creed and Mayer and Xfin or O'Reilly. So wonder how many times I do
Oh,
that this season.
okay, okay. That's what. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, Creed and Mayer. What is Mayer running the 41?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Hmm. Well, that's interesting there. So in Cup, they're going to be in Hendricks Alliance.
Yep. They're get Hendrick motors. I don't know how far the alliance actually goes.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I think that's a huge step forward because I think, as far as I know, they weren't really a Penske Alliance when they were Ford, were they?
No, that's I can't remember how that worked to be honest. I know
You never really heard about it.
yeah, I know in Xfinity, the Sieg family team had an alliance with them,
Yeah.
but the biggest question for me out of that is what's this mean for Ford? Like they don't really hardly have any teams now.
No, they're turning into kind of Toyota. Like Toyota doesn't have any damn teams. Like it's basically the same thing, other than I guess Toyota has a little bit more because 2311 has what, three guys now. But um, yeah, I don't know. I would like to see a little bit more, less of Chevy. Listen, I like Chevy, whatever, but like we definitely need to see more Fords and more Toyotas because the pipelines of these guys. I mean, we're seeing it with Corey Heim. Like, there's just no pipelines. Like, if you get a Ford or a Toyota deal, where do you go?
Yeah, that's like it's kind of a pipe dream, really. But I like want to see NASCAR restructured completely in a sense. Like I would like to see a fourth manufacturer come in, and then since there's 36 charters, have 9 for each manufacturer.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then that you really struggle there because you got certain teams that already have their like Hendrick and Spire and all those Chevy teams that kind of already together. So like
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like Trackhouse would be the one kind of left out there, which maybe they can go to Dodge or whatever. But
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. It's like I said, I nothing against Chevy, but yeah, it just seems like they own the own everything right now. Like
there's
with
I want
not,
to say like 24 Chevys out of the 36
well,
charters. So
because what would there be? Seven Toyotas, four for JGR, three for 2311, so that's seven, and then what? Four Fords? Is there
I
only
don't even know
four
if there's
Fords?
that.
Well,
Yeah,
there's the
because the
three
Wood
Penske
brothers
that
and
are.
Penske.
Yeah, there's the three Penske's and the Wood brothers. That's four. So 11. So yeah, that's 25 out of the 36 charters is Chevrolet.
And then RFK. I knew there was,
Oh, RFK. Yep, I did forget about RFK. And
but as
that's
far as
what.
Xfinity, they're like pretty much
Oh,
non-existent.
yeah. Yeah, it is a shame. I don't know what the answer there is, Sterling. Like you said, I mean, it would be nice if it was 9999, but is that
Wishful
realistic?
thinking. I don't think
Yeah.
it's realistic now.
So, but I agree because you get these guys that like Corey Heim that come up the pipeline and they start kicking ass in a Ford or a Toyota, and it's like obviously we know Austin Cindric can probably go, but like where do you go?
Yeah,
And
it's
Corey Heim, obviously, if him and Ty Gibbs could get along, maybe Corey Heim gets a job at, maybe they kick. I don't even know who the hell they'd kick out, but Riley Herbst, I guess. But that's 2311. I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
he's got that monster money, so he ain't going
Mm,
anywhere.
yep, yep. I don't know, but yeah. So we'll probably do a show probably next week. Obviously, we can't do a preview show probably unless everything works out. Maybe there'll be a weather delay or something like that, and give us enough time to get on here and spiel some advice of what we're gonna do or what our game plan is DFS wise for the Clash. But as of now, we just got to watch qualifying and practice. And I don't know, we can spit the Discord if you guys want to get in our Discord. We do have a Rattle Cage Discord. I can put the link in the comment section after the video is posted. It's free. We'll bullshit about the race up until the race. So
Yeah, and
and
we got sections in there for like everything. Like the dirt track, there's usually quite a bit of talking in there, and there's
yeah, yeah,
parts for IndyCar and F1 and whatnot,
yes.
Supercross. We don't get a whole lot of talk about that stuff, but I'd like to see more people in there to talk about different forms of racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're open to all forums. So yeah, if you want to jump in, get some lineup advice or whatever. Hopefully, I know I was talking to Sterling. I don't even know the guy's real name. I know he's the pod father. I know I was talking to him about Fast Draft. Hopefully, Fast Draft opens up with some NASCAR. I was playing a lot of Fast Draft for NFL, and he did say that he's going to do NASCAR and Formula One. So hopefully that comes to fruition. If that does, we'll start talking about a little bit of Fast Draft.
Hell
It is
yeah.
fun. It is fun. Hopefully we get a promo code. So don't check out Fast Draft until we get a promo code. But uh, we will be talking about that too as soon as that comes about. I'm going to keep on him. Hopefully he comes through with his word. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about this season, and we definitely have some money to be made.
Hell yeah.
So we will see you guys next week at some point. We want to do a show next week, or no? There's a week off, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do a Clash review show. I mean, we can, but whatever. Even 20-minute show just talking about the Clash. What happened or whatever. But if not, we'll do a Daytona 500 preview, and then the season kicks off. So that's the game plan.
Yeah.
So all right, guys. Well, we will see you next week.